Advaita philosophy is based on one Brahm. This question is coming from dear Sitaramulu. He's a wonderful old man. Okay, your question. Advaita philosophy is based on the one Brahm. If Jivatma is the soul of the astral world and Ishvara is the soul of the causal world, then as in the waking world human bodies interact, Jivatmas must also be interacting and Ishvaras must also be interacting amongst themselves. Kindly highlight. Dear Sitaramulu, there is a lot of confusion in your mind. And I would suggest that number one, there are these videos where I have explained these very intricate and very beautiful but very complex Advaita philosophy of Shankar. Two Prakarana Grantha of Shankar. One is the Vedanta Sar, second is Atmabodh. Pick any one and please listen to it very attentively, and especially in these two scriptures, in Vedanta Sar, I have in detail explained what Ishvara is. And Ishvara is not Brahm, I have to remind. Two, I have very well in detail explained what a Jiva is. With all the similes, with all the examples, with all the stories, and you have a very scientific aptitude, and I know you will love it. So I would just simply advise, please go to you can go in my app, that is the Amrit Varsha, and in that there is Vedanta. So over there you can listen all these things, or you just go to my YouTube channel, you will find all this. But one thing is for sure, that when I say Jiva and Ishvara, I am definitely not saying that Jiva is the soul of the astral world, and two, I don't ever say that Ishvara is the soul of the causal world. What is causal? What is subtle? See, when we use the word astral in English, many people, they think astral is something like a great phenomenon, like, all the, in biblical understanding, like all the angels and all the devils are in this astral plane. And they believe, these Abrahamic religions believe, that all the jivas, well, they call them souls, S-O-U-L-S, not S-O-L-E-S. They call all the souls have come from this astral plane, have taken the physical form, will perform their good bad things and then die and go back to the astral plane. Then because of their actions, God might send them to heaven or to the hell. Now this is a very biblical idea. Vedanta doesn't endorse that at all. We don't endorse at all this kind of ideology, where you will be judged at the last day, on the judgment day, and then you will be given these astral homes to either suffer in hell or to enjoy in the God's paradise, the heaven. In Vedantic philosophy, there are three we call satta. One is the gross form, second is the subtle form. Mind it, I am not using the word astral. The real word for it in Sanskrit is that, if I would like to take that word, and I would suggest that try to learn, more Sanskrit words. Because what is being said in Sanskrit is really very difficult to translate that into English. See, in Sanskrit, we have so many aksharas, beginning from a, I, u, au, ka, kha, ga, ga, going on. When English has just 26 alphabets. So here we have 54, there are just 26. So that's the big difference in between the very body of that, language. So it's very, very difficult to appropriately give a word while doing the translation. So I would say the Sukshma Sharira, Sthula Sharira and Karna Sharira. And Sukshma is not astral at all. The Sthul, Sukshma and Karan. So in this Sthul, Sukshma, Karan, there are these Jivas, and there are not Ishwaras. There is only one single Ishwara. So there is not plural existences. For Jiva, there is a multiple, but for the Ishvara, it's just the one Ishvara only. And let me again remind, Ishvara is not Brahm. So to understand Advaita philosophy, please go, because this is the very basic body of Vedanta. You have to understand what is a Jiva, then you have to understand what is Ishvara. This is the beauty of Advaita Shastra, that it gives you the ability to understand in depth who the Ishvara is. Because we don't talk about belief. Believe. God created sound, and from sound the world got created. Believe. Who was there to witness this? Who said that this happened? And if there was somebody who witnessed this, then this means that person's body and mind was very much already created. Then what did God create? If there were eyes to see and mind to understand that God created the sound first, and from the sound the world came into the being, and one day your body will die, and then you'll go back to that God who will first judge you. And those two angels will judge you and will announce whether you are a sinner or a very pious person. Every religion has their own kind of God. Some religions' gods are very angry. Some are little less angry. They have anger issues. But it is the Advaita which even, I would say, do a postmortem or do an investigative research and allows us to understand and question, when you say Ishvara, then what do you mean by that? So we investigate that, who Ishvara is and who Jiva is and what Brahma is and what Atma is. So until and unless that basic terminology is not understood, you will not be able to understand what Advaita. Advaita means there is not existence of one supreme being, and then there are billions and billions and trillions of jivas. When we say Advaita, then it means non-duality. There is nobody who is other than that one existence. And over there, we don't call that existence as you or me. So if there is a you and a me, there's a duality. If I say there is only one God, even this doesn't establish the non-duality. Non-duality doesn't mean that God is one. Non-duality is something which is to be understood with a very settled, silent, meditative, quiet mind, and then with the razor-sharp edged shlokas and knowledge of Upanishad, we can then really go into the depth of it to understand the non-duality. Chitra from New Mumbai. In one of the sessions at Ashram, Gurumaa, referring to Sadhak, said that you say you are here now and your house is there and your family members are there. But Buddha says nobody is there. If you are there, then only they are there. If you are not there, then they are also not there. Can this be explained, please? Is it the same as a dream where one people and places involved in that particular scene exist? No. It's exactly not same. It's a very, very different thing. Buddha said that there is a non-existence of world. And what you call as I is also a non-existence. Meaning there is no I, there is no you, and whatever elemental world you are seeing is actually just a shunya. It's a like in a kshana. Kshana can be called a 1,000th part of 1 second. So in that one kshana, 1,000th part of a second, the four elements intermingled and created a form for you. And they say in that one kshana, that world was there, and actually then in next kshana it was not there. So whatever you see is actually the forms getting formed in that one kshana, but actually there is just shunyata, or the emptiness. And in that emptiness, the whole world and your sense of I am, I exist, whatever you think about yourself, all the adjectives which you have, all the degrees which you have for yourself, all the family relations, all the accessories which you have. I'm a poet, I'm a dancer, I'm a musician, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this and that. Whatever you think about yourself, this I too is actually a fluke. There is nothing called I. Hence, Buddhists do not believe in existence of Atma. And Buddhists do not believe in existence of Paramatma, or what you would call a God. And they say, what is it? They say it's just Shunya. And whatever is seen is a very transient things. Even your body isn't the same what it was a second ago, a minute ago, definitely then a day ago or a month ago or a year ago. So this is a continuous change which is occurring in the body, and that which is changing, so that change is a phenomenon which is going to always happen. And what is in the remainder? They say there is nothing in the remainder. Everything is just very lucid and very flowy and transient and changing. And when I said that if you think that you are here, then your house and family is also there. And if you think you are here, then they exist. And if you, this body, now in the Vedantic perspective, not the Buddhist perspective, in the Vedantic perspective, the body, the mind, the senses, the intellect, the consciousness is not me. So in a way, the body which you think is me is actually not you. So who are you? If not body, if not mind, if not intellect. So in a way now you are non-existent. And now if this is non-existent, then so are those people in the home, and so are those people in the offices and outside world and everywhere. We wish to understand what is world without understanding what is this body and what is this mind. So if with great knowledge and great understanding, if somebody comes to this conclusion with the great clarity and conviction, I am not this body, mind, intellect, I am not this ego, and I am what? Now, in speaking, if I use the words, I know you will parrot it, you can parrot it, and people have parroted it. But it's not about parroting that word. It's about exploring and knowing oneself that I am Sat, I am Chit, I am Ananda, I am a Vyapak. I am not the one who is just encaged and imprisoned in this physical body, but I am the one existence which is omnipotent and omniscient. And this omniscient existence is a non-dualistic existence. There isn't a God and you, and now God is angry with you, or you are separated from God. In that non-dualistic philosophy, which is not just a philosophy alone that is jamming of some words, but it is something which is an actual experience which one can have. So once somebody has understood this experientially, For them, neither this body exists nor any other body anywhere. Deepika Bhandari from Noida. I started mantra anushtana last month. My mind wanders away several times. I try again and again. It doesn't stop. I'm struggling to go beyond. Please guide. How can I attain the state of dispassion and the samastiti to walk on the path? Dear Deepika, it's good that you have started the mantra anushthan. Now your problem is your own mind. Now, isn't it that it's your mind, so you should mind your mind? Why should I mind your mind? But anyhow, you have asked me, I'll give you some tips for that. Number one, if our mind is happy, our mind doesn't bother about anything, doesn't wanders anywhere. If our mind is not finding happiness, it will wander everywhere. So maybe when you are doing your Om Namah Shivaya, your mind is not getting any joy out of it. Because if your mind would had, people watch cricket 6 hours, they don't move. Test series, 3 days, they would just sit, eat at that same place and would hold their urine for a long time. They wouldn't go to bathroom to relieve themselves because they don't want to miss the shot. Only when the cricketers would go for a break, drinks break, and one alcoholic said, "Oh, I would love to be a cricketer." I said, "Why?" Because they have drinks break. No, he doesn't know that's not a hard drink which they are drinking. Poor chaps are just drinking maybe some juice or water. And yes, and if they are going to drink carbonated drinks, their performance is surely going to go down. Why? Because the carbonated drinks have carbon dioxide in that. And to have good energy, you need oxygen. So actually they should have an oxygenated drink when they have, these drinks break coming to them.